Today I'm interviewing Bob Dickey, who is my grandfather, about food in the olden days. Bob, when you were younger, what did your family eat?
Well, we ate the same sorts of foods as you eat now. They were packaged differently, but much the same things as we eat now.
What about breakfast?
Well, for breakfast we would have had maybe some Weet-Bix, and you can still get Weet-Bix today, and porridge, and maybe some toast.
What about lunch?
Well, for lunch my mum used to pack me sandwiches to take to school, and the sandwiches would be made of bread and butter. We didn't use margarine. There wasn't any margarine. We used to have butter, and in the sandwiches might be salad or something like that. That's the same as today. And she'd wrap them in paper, and then they'd be put into paper bags, and we'd take a paper bag to school with our lunch in our school bag.
What about dinner?
Well, for dinner we used to eat a lot of lamb, and because there was a lot of lamb around then, we hardly ever had chicken, because you couldn't get chickens like you do now. They only had chickens on very special occasions, like at Christmas or something like that. And vegetables and salads, just the same as you do nowadays.
What about dessert?
Well, for dessert we might have had rice pudding or ice cream. When we first got a fridge, because we didn't have a fridge when I was your age, but we got a fridge a little bit later, and Mum used to make ice cream in the fridge. But you couldn't buy ice cream in the shops like you can now. You only had ice cream if you could make it.
What kitchen appliances did you have?
Well, we didn't have any of the electrical appliances like electric knives and mix masters and things like that you have now. The only appliances we had, you had to work by hand. So you would have an electric a beater that you had to turn the handle on it like that to make it mix the cakes.
How was your oven powered? How did your family toast bread?
Oh, we toasted bread over the stove, because we had a gas stove, so you could put the bread over the flame and hold it there, and it would toast on the flame on the stove. And sometimes, because we had an open fire in the house, we'd put the bread on a fork, and you would put the bread up to the fire, and you would toast the bread over the fire.
Did you have edible plants?
Yes, my dad had a veggie garden, and he used to grow lots and lots of vegetables like potatoes and carrots and parsnips and lettuce and tomatoes, just the same as people do in their veggie gardens today. And he would grow those, and we'd have those for dinner.
Who picked the plants in your family?
Oh, usually my dad picked the plants. He'd go out, and we had fruit trees too, and he'd bring all the vegetables and the fruit inside, and we would then have that for our meal.
Who did the cooking?
My mum did all the cooking. My dad would go and get meat and things like that from the market, and sometimes vegetables out of the garden or from the market, and he would bring it home, and my mum would do all the cooking.
Thank you, Bob. That was very interesting. That's all for now. Until our next episode. Goodbye.
Thank you, Isaiah. Goodbye.